How to make a guy chase you using male psychology. This video exposes how to make a man chase you using male psychology, and the way to reel him in is honestly by using male psychology, capture him by making him feel a certain way, which this video exposes. And honestly, when you know the reel him in method, what you do is make him chase you rather than pull away more and more. I'm also gonna share a weird and honestly counterintuitive secret to spark insane attraction and obsession with guys. I call it the crazy girl method, which you will not find anywhere else because honestly, I invented it. And this makes guys chase you to a degree that'll shock you. I'm gonna tell you exactly how to do it though by the end of this video. Hello, it's Erin, your personal love expert, back again on the channel where we make men make sense. VixenDaily. If you want to learn how to make him chase you using male psychology, then write "I'm ready" right now in the comments down below while the intro plays. This video has been requested so many times, so I hope you guys enjoy. But before we dive in, I have a very small favor to ask. If you like this video, any of my videos, anything about me, what I'm wearing, love advice, give me a like, a thumbs up, give me a like, share, subscribe, tell people all about it, far and wide, spread the word. Also join VixenInsider.com because I do one-on-one coaching and one-on-one interaction. So if you want to make a guy chase you and know the deep psychology secrets, then VixenInsider.com is the place to go. But before I go on, I want to explain something. The problems that you think are the problems are not the real problems, including he stopped chasing because you hooked up and that's all he wanted. He stopped chasing because he got comfortable. He stopped chasing because he's no longer interested in you. I don't even like the term chasing because it implies that the only way he has interest is if he doesn't have you, which doesn't even make sense if you simultaneously want to be exclusive with him and have commitment. So when I talk about him chasing you, I'm saying he wants to be around you and looks forward to it. He genuinely enjoys you for who you are. He naturally puts an effort, energy, and attention into this relationship with you without you asking. You naturally connect with him easily in a way where your relationship and connection gets better and better. In order to have him chasing you like this, there are things that create that perfect cocktail of female energy to continue and keep him chasing you. And I'm gonna tell you what to do and what not to do right now. Don't get excited about him. What I mean is don't build him up in your mind. Don't get excited about the possibilities of how great things would be if it turned out a certain way. Don't dream where you want the relationship to go. The kiss of death is when you get excited about a relationship or a dynamic because you stop enjoying things exactly as they are in the moment and create a ton of unnecessary pressure on him in the relationship. Instead of being carefree and fun, now you're filled with fear to make things turn out a certain way, and it destroys the great easygoing, fun, carefree vibe that attracted him in the first place because you create unnecessary pressure on yourself. Honestly, most relationship advice is pretty bad about how to get a guy to chase you and want you and make him fall in love with you, because what matters most when analyzing how to get a guy to chase you is not just how to make him chase you initially, how to make him keep chasing, as in how to make him like you in a way where he's excited about the relationship and wants more and more of you. So the tactic works if he lost interest and stopped chasing you because you stopped being the woman he met in the beginning. You went from fun and enjoyable to be around to fearful and needing reassurance that he's still interested. So the cycle is like this. You get excited, which turns into fear of something going wrong or losing him, which leads to seeking reassurance he's still into you. Then maybe some temporary relief upon getting brief reassurance, then back to fear, more desperation, and more seeking reassurance, which equals neediness. And if you want more help, by the way, join VixenInsider.com. It is my private one-on-one coaching where I give you the true feedback on how to make a guy truly chase you using deep male psychology secrets. Now, he might reassure you at first, but guess what? Coming at him with this energy constantly drains him and quickly ruins his attraction to you. So if you've made this mistake, don't worry. I'm about to tell you how to get a guy to like you again, even if you made this common mistake. But the best way to make him chase you and what really makes a guy chase you is abandoning the cycle now and the reel him in method, which is a superpower. So analyze this. What were you like in the beginning? You are now needy and it's not how you were in the beginning. So you must drop this whole vibe and understand this. How were you before? You enjoyed him, but you didn't need him. You enjoyed your time together, but you didn't need to get somewhere. You have to be okay with the fact that if things don't work out, it will be okay. It won't because you forced it. It'll because you spent tons of energy and effort to make him love you. It won't be because you convinced him or tricked him into liking you. The biggest secret to get out of this trap is to be okay with losing him. And I want you to visualize truly losing him and being okay inside, which releases and frees all that energy that's trapped in this cycle where you're killing your attractiveness. When you return to feeling okay on the inside, even when you're imagining losing him, you break the cycle and you're able to be fun and relaxed like you were in the beginning. So let go of the fear of losing him, because it's just burning you and you're burning your relationship, and it's a burden on everything. And if you're worried about losing him, you're actually creating the problem and you're steering the relationship towards losing him. Or maybe you're not a match for this man, and if you chase him, you're just trying to make him chase you, but it'll never happen. What you have to do is stepping back. Always, and that will reveal if he was ever gonna chase you or not. When you step back, you give him the space to step up or not, and it's an essential ingredient to make him miss you. So here's the thing. You need to see if he was ever gonna step up and reach for more of you, or if he's okay with losing you and you drifting away and disappearing, which I understand it's not what you want, but if that's the case, you're better off knowing than kind of believing he cares when he doesn't. So again, if you have specific questions about this and I want you to be able to ask me, join VixenInsider.com, because there is definitely space available, and I would like you guys to be able to have one-on-one feedback and direct coaching. Now, here's what you also need to do to make a guy chase you. Be great at entertaining yourself. Live a life you love. It makes you come off as intriguing. And the thing is, yes, you have to have time apart, but you have to embrace this time. But when you're together, focus on quality. But you need to know that recharging your batteries and making it so that when you're apart, you're doing things you love and occupying yourself is a really great way to give him space, to reel him in. Men can only love you though if you give them space. It's a process that they need to fall in love. And when they don't have space, you interrupt this process and he cannot miss you. So recharge your batteries while he recharges his. Show up full. Giving space automatically makes you not act needy. And finally, here is my crazy girl method that I promised in the beginning. Again, I want you guys to join VixenInsider.com if you want more things like the crazy girl method, but here's what you do. When you first meet guys, you don't really care what happens. You say wild, crazy stuff, you experiment, but be okay even if it completely blows up. Show up full of silly, playful, fun, carefree energy. Just throw bait out there, see what happens, and have a fun, playful attitude to have fun with his reactions in a way that it's fun for both of you. Never mean or insulting. Now, this is an advanced technique if you're afraid of rejection or worried about screwing things up with a particular guy. Do not do this. I am warning you. You must be okay with things completely failing, falling apart, and that's the only way it'll work. Now, the reason this is such an amazing method is that when it works, you'll spark insane attraction in the guy you use this with. And for the guys it doesn't work with, you can just forget about them and move on. The truth is that 1/3 of the guys won't like it, 1/3 won't really react, but 1/3 will love it. Love and become intrigued by you. When I say intrigued, I mean super intrigued, to a point where they'll love it to an extreme degree that's so overwhelming and insane you'll be shocked. They will become obsessed with you. They will pursue you and chase you like crazy. You see, most people are boring. So when they talk to you and you're not boring, you'll see a side of them that no one gets to see. When they know you're really out there, they feel like they can be really out there with you as well. And they get a taste of basically becoming addicted to you because they can't be that way with anyone else. And I name this the crazy girl method because acting crazy can actually get insanely good results with attracting men when you do it right. There would be times where in life I've said random crazy stuff to people and the first reaction would be like, are you okay? Are you well? Are you actually nuts? Are you serious right now? And my reaction would often be, no, I'm completely crazy. And that's that. And then when a person recognizes it, you basically acknowledge that I don't take myself too seriously, I guess not self-conscious, even though everyone has their own insecurities, not worried about what people think necessarily, not trying to appear perfect or cool. Life is too short to appear that way, and just letting go can sometimes give you major attractiveness. Now, when he lets his guard down and starts opening up his crazy side too, that's when you know this is working. That's the thing, most men have a ton of wild ideas, feelings, and opinions that they keep to themselves, bottled up inside because they want to appear socially acceptable. But let me tell you, pretty much every person is a weirdo. Some of them are just better at hiding it than others. Trust me on this one. I'm extremely weird, for example. When you signal to men in general that you're a safe space for them to be able to express their wild side, they will become intrigued by you, obsessed with you, and honestly addicted to you the more they interact, and I cannot stress this enough. You're creating a space for him to fill in with his enthusiastic participation. If he's not showing you a strong reaction going on and on talking to you, then experimenting with different approaches will work, or just move on to a different guy. Most importantly, you don't care what happens though when you just ask wild questions that could be even inappropriate or crazy and see how he reacts, and as long as he's responding, you can just experiment more and more. Do not be afraid to give space. You're not performing for him like some dancing monkey. You're just throwing stuff out there for him to react to, and you see how he reacts and what he does. Ideally, you want to be saying less and let him fill up the space reacting to you, and don't be afraid to stop responding if you have something else to do or you're distracted. And when he's intrigued, giving him space will massively multiply his attraction, obsession, and curiosity towards you. So when you're doing this, don't ever be mean, difficult, or combative. You're never arguing. If anything, you're being super open and permissive, just giving him the space to do and say anything. Because honestly, if you're argumentative and judgmental, you're gonna kill this entire thing. He'll put up his armor, and it's just better to let him react to you and express himself freely than just silently deciding inside if this is a man you even enjoy talking to. Because if you don't, you can keep going and just tossing stuff out there, but over time, you can reveal yourself and talk more about your thoughts and opinions. But in the beginning, you're just using this to spark attraction. It's better to toss bait out for him to see how he reacts and give him a lot of space to react and express himself. And if you're not getting much of a reaction, just try tossing up different bait and see how he reacts. But I want to make it clear that you're not doing this to manipulate him or treat him like an object. This is you having fun with a guy and creating a really cool, awesome space for you both to enjoy, and for him to get super attracted to you as well. Believe me, he'll be happy that you're actually interesting, not boring like everyone else. And I have to warn you, it only works if you have the perspective that I'm talking about. You have to be carefree, have an attitude of let's have fun and do some crazy things and say some crazy things and be totally fine with it blowing up or going nowhere. But I think it's worth mentioning that for me, I get bored very easily and I'm drawn to extremes. So it's very easy and natural for me, because if I have a conversation, I want it to be interesting, and the only way I'll find it interesting is if the other person is saying things that are daring, extreme, and fresh and pretty wild and uninhibited. That's how I approach conversations with people I don't know yet. I throw bait out in wild territory to see if they'll respond, and then start saying interesting things. And because I have very little interest in boring conversations, they either show me early on that they're capable of saying wild and carefree things, or I honestly lose interest and quickly move on. But for me, it's a natural, genuine attitude, but I think it's worth deeply considering how the attitude could naturally lead to a guy chasing you. So instead of you thinking, how do I impress this guy, you're having complete fun throwing conversation starters out there and seeing, is this guy interested in talking to me on the way I like? Am I impressed by this? Am I entertained here? This perspective will make you feel good when you're attracting a man, and you'll have him chasing and obsessed like you have no idea. And honestly, if this is something that you'd like to learn on, how to become a master at with sparking attraction, then that's something I would love to teach you inside my private group, which you can join at VixenInsider.com. Space is limited, but join now while there's still spots available. And again, that's VixenInsider.com. So there you go. I hope this has helped you, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more love advice so you can have the love life that you really want. And I will see you guys next time.